Hey there, this is Tara from Wild Bird Farm. I garden here in Zone 5 in central Iowa. This is my 5th year growing the purple hyacinth bean vine, sometimes also known as ruby moon vine. I made a video earlier, well, it was late spring, I guess, where I planted these and I showed you a little bit about how to do that. So I'm going to add a link to that video here that you can go back and watch if you missed it. Today, however, we are nearing the end of our season, and I planted this on the arch that you see here as well as on a 20-foot cattle panel trellis, and I just wanted to show you how both of those performed. Now there's several ways I use the purple hyacinth bean. One I'm showing you here is the beautiful shiny purple seed pods that show up in late summer. This is an annual vine for me in Zone 5, but it amazes me how much bulk and how much vertical growth happens in just one season. Depending on what I need it for, I also like to cut off some of the green tendrils to use in bouquet work. Now they also put on very pretty purple pea-like blooms. These blooms don't last long, but if you need them for just a day arrangement, they work great. You can also see that the stems are a very vibrant purple, so sometimes I will pull those buds or flower blooms off and just add the dark purple stems into arrangements, sort of like you would use a flowering branch. Now to talk a bit about the life cycle. This will of course push those purple blooms first, which eventually turn into seed pods. But you'll notice here we are in my Zone 5 in September, and I can still find buds, blooms, as well as mature seed pods. And then I'll show you here in a bit some seed pods that are starting to mature and starting to turn brown. Now, as the season progresses and the seeds within these seed pods mature, the entire pod will turn brown and it'll be crispy. It'll be completely dried up. I don't have a great example of that yet. We're probably about a month out before I'm harvesting the seeds for next year. But you can see how that bright, shiny, vibrant purple is slowly dulling and drying out. Now down to the cow panels, and you can see I'm going to show you both sides of this, just absolutely covered in the hyacinth bean vine to the point that it's even taking over some of the ground in front of the panels. Now this is in my pollinator strip. It kind of serves as a divide between our private vegetable garden behind it and then the cut flower rows, which I often have yew pickers out in front of it. So this works really well to provide a very thick screen. And I could definitely carry this down longer than the 20 feet. If you look back in my first video, I'm just pushing down the seeds, I'd say every 4-ish inches down along the panel to really give this thick complete coverage. But down here you can see it's also pushing some very pretty seed pods. There's also still a lot of blooms that I'm going to cut from here in a minute. Just really a wall of green. I just wanted to show you how well this grew and performed this year. While I grow this vine just for its beauty and to provide some screening in my garden, all parts of it are edible. However, it is recommended that you double boil the mature seeds and seed pods, as they can be irritating to the stomach otherwise. I will also mention that this self-sows pretty freely in the garden. So if you aren't a fan of self-sowing seeds and finding these popping up the next year in your garden, you'll want to make sure that you harvest all of those seed pods and take them out of the area. Otherwise, as those seed pods dry, they will drop their seeds, and I find many volunteers around my garden in late spring and early summer. They are very easy to pull out though, so I haven't found this to be a big issue. Next season, I am hoping to get some seeds for the Silver Moon Hyacinth Bean Vine. This produces white flowers and silvery white seed pods. I'm really excited to try that and kind of compare it and see if it's as vigorous as the purple has been for me. So what do you think? Have you grown this annual vine before? Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Until next time.